Who is the killer? I'm gonna show you 3 photos and you have to pick which one the real killer is. Everybody destroyed the last one, so let's see who can get this one. We got number 1, number 2, and number 3. Drop your guess into the comments below and let's see who really knows who is the killer. If you picked number 2, you are wrong. That's actually one of my high school friends, Lloyd. If you picked this guy, number 1, you are wrong. This is popular YouTuber Steve MRE. The real killer was 20-year-old Justin Geiger. He tragically shot and stabbed 2 fellow students in 2006. Did you get it right?
This is my daughter and her friend. Please watch closely between them. No one else was up in my home. Look between them right
I'm a crochet crafty
now.
woman.
Really weird things caught on camera that are completely unexplained. This TikToker was in Nashville when she spotted something in the water. You're gonna hear her reaction in the background. She's kind of freaking out. She zooms in on this thing, trying to see what the heck is going on, and all of a sudden, you're gonna see a giant fin thing come out of the water. It appears to be a mermaid, but I don't know. What do you think?
I watched the family across the street walk out their house. Which is odd because they died 3 years ago.
In late 2003, an alarm had gone off signaling that the fire doors had been opened. Staff had found the exits firmly closed, and this was later found on the CCTV footage.
I walked with Mommy to the house. When I walk in, Daddy asked me how I got there. I told him Mommy walked me, but he told me she died 3 days ago.
My Zoom teacher keeps telling me to tell my sister to stop running around in the background. I don't know what she's talking about. I live alone. Fuck no. The babysitter asked why I didn't mention the 2 other children. I only have 1. I found a dead body in the trunk yesterday, which is strange because I remember putting 2 in there. I was having a staring contest with my doll. I won. I went to my friend's house and I needed to use the bathroom and her brother gave me a water bottle. I said thank you and told my friend her brother was nice, but she said she doesn't have a brother. Who was that boy? At least he was nice. I woke up to hear knocking on the glass. At first I thought it was the window until I heard it come from the mirror again. Getting rid of all my mirrors, got it.
Here's the scary truth behind Peppa Pig. You guys may know Peppa Pig as a funny and childish TV show, but what I'm about to tell you next is gonna leave you speechless for the rest of your life. Because if you search up Peppa Pig house wallpaper on Google, what you find next is gonna leave you shocked forever. I want you guys to take a closer look at this picture and see if you notice something strange. Well, it's right here in the corner of this window. Because if you look closer, you can see that there's actually another pig staring outside the window. The story goes that Peppa Pig was born really sick. Because of this, she was a burden to the rest of her family. And so one day, her dad decided to place her inside a bedroom and lock her up forever. The dad and mom then had another child and renamed it Peppa Pig once again. The 3 of them lived happily ever after while the original Peppa Pig was still locked up in her room for the rest of her life. Follow for more chilling stories.
Rubsy goes to investigate and turns off the light again. Once Rubsy goes back to the couch, the light turns on again, seemingly on its own. Rubsy starts reading the comments and he was told that the light turned back on. He turns around and sees that the light is indeed on again. He goes to turn off the light again, and then when walking back, he sees the door on the other side open before his eyes. He looks down the dark hall, and then the door slams shut once again. He goes back and talks to his friends on the stream, and then a box on the table in the background seems to go flying. He looks down at the dark hall, and the door slams shut again. He goes back and talks to his friends on stream, and then a box on the table in the background starts to fly again.
The first part of this video is slowed down in order to allow for longer viewing. There is no fan on in this room. This is nighttime. Not sure what to think of the anomalies. Let me know what you think.
Little Merritt Beardsley was just 8 years old when he became afflicted with a deadly fever. During his final days, he told his father that he feared being buried underground, as like most children, Merritt was afraid of the dark. It was a cold and snowy day in December of 1865 when little Merritt passed. In an act of love that could only be executed from the heart of a grieving father, he built Merritt a special tomb, one that sat above the cold, dark earth with a bright glass window allowing sun to shine on him. Merritt would never be alone in the dark, and in 1883 and 1885, his parents followed him to the grave.
So I'm home alone and my kids are asleep, and I keep hearing a beating noise coming from upstairs of my house. I know it's coming from this direction. Oh my God, y'all pray for me. Like, my daughter's not here. And this is getting like ultra freaking annoying and creepy. Like, I don't even know. Like, let's see. Okay, y'all see that door open on its own? Like,
6 days after leaving my truck, I found this creepy tunnel. It has a disturbing story on why it is haunted. A woman's spirit haunts this tunnel late at night after she died from a crash many years ago. Which is why some people hold their nose to avoid the evil entering their body. I haven't seen anything, but I heard whispers which honestly terrified me. So I left and continued walking. I'm never going back to that tunnel, especially at midnight.
Did you know that the circus used to kidnap people? Freak shows are an extremely dark part of the circus's history, as they would take people who were born with what was considered abnormalities and put them on display for people to view and ooh and ah at. Well, to take this horrible practice one step further, they used to kidnap people, and Willie and Georgie Muse are a perfect example of this. Willie and Georgie were two black males who were born with albinism. And in 1899, they ended up being kidnapped by the circus in order to put them in the freak show, which is just so horrifying. The worst part is that since they came from a poor family, there really wasn't much that they could do about it. Make sure you guys like and follow for a part 5.
Let's take a ride with this haunted LA girl as we travel to Baja California, to a location known as the Devil's Castle, or Castillo del Diablo. This mysterious castle is located 60 kilometers off of Highway 1 in the border state of Baja California. Now, what makes this castle even more fascinating are its rearing creatures, statues, and crouching gargoyles. whom also share their homes with statues of saints and gods. Ever for many years, this castle has been subject to many kinds of myths and legends, but no entity related to Satanism lives here. According to the owner, Tony Wells, he built this home almost 8 to 9 years ago for his wife, to pay homage for his love to her and art. And according to Wells, the red-faced horned figure that sits atop of the castle is actually a depiction of himself and Pan from the Greek mythology. The face below it is based off of his wife, Tiffany. Would you stop and visit the Devil's Castle?